Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Business Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller. It's a very wet morning out there, so everybody, please take your time going into work. I know it's going to be some wet roads, probably a lot more traffic, even though there's already so much traffic. But you just want to be careful going in this morning, so take your time. I've got with me in studio this morning Chief Inspector Malcolm Kay, the area commander in charge for the Sister Islands. We have PC Herschel Thompson and PS Jody Ann Powery. We're going to be speaking about the policing of our sister islands, Cayman, Brac, and Little Cayman. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
Good morning. Very well, thank you.
Excellent. I was very happy when I walked in and I saw all three of you here, ready to go. Everybody looked super dry. I was like, okay, there. Of course you're ready for this.
We beat the rain.
Yes. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because all of a sudden it came down really hard out of nowhere.
Very suddenly.
All right, well, welcome. So we're talking about policing in the Sister Islands. And before we really get heavy into that topic, I would just like to get an introduction from everybody, a little bit of experience, who you are within the force, your role within the force, that kind of thing. So,
Even me?
Yes. I know, Jody. I know that, we're used to seeing you all the time here, but or PC Powery.
I'm Police Sergeant Jody Ann Powery. I work with the Media and Communications Unit. I'm here every month.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are, yes.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having us on the show this morning. My name's Malcolm Kay, as you mentioned, the area commander for the Sister Islands, so it's Cayman, Brac, and Little Cayman. From my policing background, I've just completed my 28th year with the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. Majority of that has been in Grand Cayman. Through investigative units and operational policing, but obviously I started off my career in West Bay as a police constable and then moved through various departments, and when opportunities arose I took the promotion exams and I've reached the rank of Chief Inspector at the moment. I did do 2 years of policing in Cayman Brac back in 2009, 2010, after Hurricane Paloma. I was sent over there for 2 weeks to assist with the policing, supporting the policing back then, and ended up staying for 2 years. So when this opportunity came up again a couple of years ago, when the former commissioner, Mr. Derek Byrne, was looking for a replacement for Inspector Yearwood, who was my predecessor, he was looking for somebody to, I think, add a little bit more stability. Instead of an annual replacement turnover of the area commander, he was looking for somebody that would be there for a little bit medium to long term to create a little bit of management stability there. So at the time, we had a discussion, and it suited all of us, the policing needs and my own personal and professional needs. So 2 years later, I'm still there. It's an extremely challenging place to work, but that's what makes it interesting. No 2 days are the same, which can be said for any day in policing. No 2 days are ever the same. But it's a great place to live. It's a great place to work. So that's a little bit of my background.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And we have PC Herschel Thompson. If you could give us an introduction for yourself.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for having me here. As previously introduced, I am PC Herschel Thompson, currently attached to the West Bay Community Policing Department. The 3rd of June this year, I made my 5 years being a police officer in the Cayman Islands, and so far it has been a wonderful experience working with the RCIPS. I've served 17 months in Georgetown, and I was transferred temporarily to the Cayman Brac, where I served 1 year, and currently serving West Bay Community Policing Department since 2022.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that intro. Okay. All right. Inspector K. I guess when it comes to your background in serious and complex investigations, how does that influence your approach to policing in the Sister Islands?
Well, I've found it very helpful. Very fortunately, we have very few serious matters, incidents, crimes in the sister islands, but we still do have our fair share of these serious. So it gives me the knowledge, the experience to manage them from the very get-go, whether that's crime scene preservation, making sure I have the right resources in place from day one. Also provides me with the knowledge of the expert support that I need to call upon from Grand Cayman, which is just a short flight away. So we can very, very quickly get the support specialists over that we need. And I think just all in all, not just my experience with serious crimes and investigations, I think with that it gives you sort of the overall knowledge and experience that you can cope. There's nothing that can come along that you panic or that you can't handle. So it gives you that sort of grounded foundation that you can manage these incidents when they happen.
Okay. Now the sister island's very different to Grand Cayman in a sense of what's going on, or I want to say that the volume of things that happen. Would you say that there's, I guess, more complex issues, or what are the biggest issues going on in the sister islands?
Okay, so yeah, as you said, obviously Cayman Brac, and when I talk about the sister islands, we pretty much do focus on Cayman Brac, because Little Cayman is as quiet to Cayman Brac as Cayman Brac is to Grand Cayman. We do have police officers in Little Cayman. I have two police constables over there, which we communicate on a regular basis. Myself and the sergeants go over regularly just to have sort of informal community meetings over there and see what their issues are. And their issues are very, well, some of them are similar, but quite different from Cayman Brac. Some of their issues, the theme that sort of runs through both Little Cayman and Cayman Brac is speeding.
Little Cayman, where are you going to go?
It's still an issue. It still comes up. Yeah.
Okay.
Jody came with Commissioner Walton when he just took over as commissioner, and he did a series of district meetings, and we went over to. So speeding is one of their issues, which we have addressed. But going back to Cayman Brac, obviously the population is a lot smaller. I think we're probably at around 2,000 people at the moment. Development is slow, but it's taking place. Yeah, there's a lot of housing developments coming along,
especially on the bluff.
Yeah,
what I'm seeing,
particularly on the bluff. Every day I see a new road being built, constructed. When you see it from the air, you see these developments popping up that you didn't even know were there. And then with that comes an increase in vehicles. People always laugh at me when I say the road use is getting far more there, because there'll be days gone by when you pass one car all day. So now there is a genuine increase in the vehicles on the road. The rent-a-car companies bring in more and more cars to keep up with the demand, particularly long weekends.
Right.
With that, people do speed. We have seen also an increase in accidents, particularly the last few months. So speeding is definitely, I would say, the biggest number one community concern that affects the entire community or all the road users. Secondary to that, I would say drug and alcohol use and abuse. And I put alcohol and drugs in together because a lot of the incidents that we do deal with, whether they're domestic related, assaults, driving infractions, can be sort of backtracked to alcohol consumption. And then drug use, like anywhere in the world, people do use drugs, people do sell drugs. So those are the key areas. And then on top of that, we have some sort of opportunistic crime, opportunistic thefts. Again, I'm very glad to report that serious crime is very low. We have very few burglaries, robberies, murders. Unfortunately, we did have one fatal MVA this year.
Yes.
That we can discuss later on. I think we'll touch back on that. So those are the key areas that I've identified since I've been there.
I think one of the things that really sticks out to me and what we often hear on our talk shows, whether it's For the Record or Talk Today, is the increase in the use of hard drugs in the Brac. So I think, marijuana was always around, but I think it's the harder drugs, like cocaine, fentanyl, which just really surprised me, period, in coming to Cayman, but I don't know why I'm so surprised. I didn't realize how bad it was in the Brac, and that's so public perception that's something that's a pretty serious growing problem there. Would you say that it's it's been steady throughout the years, or have you seen quite a big jump?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it is public perception.
Okay.
A lot of it. I think if you just look at the entire demographics, I do get reports that it's Cayman Brac is awash with drugs, but when you look at the population and you break down, the actual number of people that are there that are using drugs, I think is quite a small number of the population. We do tackle it. We do do drug searches, make drug arrests. People are in court at the moment, but it's an ongoing issue. To answer your question, do I see an increase? No, I don't. I haven't seen an increase in the use. I think it's consistent. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. We've got to go to our very first commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be continuing our talk on policing in the Sister Islands.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
Investing in our children's academic success and future career is a no-brainer. Isn't it time we stop with the excuses? With 100% math, you can take charge now. There's no reason for your children to fall behind in math again. Since 2011, 100% Math has prepared students for exams in IB, HL, SL Math, and CSEC and enrichment programs for gifted students. Visit 100%math.com or call or WhatsApp 547-9817. That's 547-9817. No more excuses. Set your child up for success today with 100% Math.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Stay ahead with Total Health for all your healthcare needs. Their state-of-the-art facility offers specialist consultations, diabetes and weight loss, women and child, ophthalmology, ENT, dental, orthopedics, physiotherapy, on-site laboratory, imaging and pharmacy all under one roof. Total Health also provides comprehensive health checks for women, children, men and senior citizens. Conveniently located in the Grand Pavilion on 7 Mile Beach Corridor. Experience a new era of preventive care in the Cayman Islands with Total Health. Because everyone deserves healthier living. Visit totalhealth.ky today and empower your well-being.
The Business Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller. Business Buzz.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Susan, you almost got me right there. I was in the middle of a convo and boom, the mic came on. We are talking about policing in the Sister Islands, and in studio with me this morning I have Chief Inspector Malcolm Kay, Area Commander in charge of the Sister Islands. I have PC Herschel Thompson and PS Jody Ann Powery. And I'm pretty sure our listeners are familiar with Jody Ann Powery as well because she's here pretty often. Yes. All right. So we got to hear a little bit about what the major concerns are for the Sister Islands. And I just want to ask you, PC Thompson, I think it was around, you've been in the force about 5 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And I think it's around the second year or so that you went to the Brac.
Yes, ma'am.
So what was your experience like in the Brac, and how did that kind of prepare you for your station in West Bay now, right?
Okay.
Yeah, how did that prepare you?
Well, working in the Cayman Brac prepares me greatly for where I'm at in community policing. When I just leave RCIPS training school, I was deployed to Grand Cayman as a first responder officer, where we generally respond to all incidents. So sometimes it doesn't prepare you to go out, meet people, communicate with people, and build up rapport with the community where you can serve them best. But when I was deployed to Cayman Brac, I learned that's a different environment. You have to do more community policing base. Because we don't have much call for service in the Brac as it is in Grand Cayman, so you have to rapport with the community. So I find myself developing community policing skills when I was there.
What did that involve you doing exactly?
That involves meeting persons, going out in the school, speaking to students, doing community patrol business check, speaking with business entities, owners, providing safety tips. Where you see things are not properly secure, you assist them in ensuring that it's secure. It's a pretty safe environment comparing to Grand Cayman. However, you cannot take anything for granted. So you still have to provide the information, provide that resource to the community. So I think it prepared me greatly to be a community police officer before I was transitioned back here in the West Bay district.
And now you're in West Bay.
And now I'm in West Bay.
So West Bay's I love West Bay. It's my favorite district. I live in Georgetown, but it is my favorite. But it's a bit of a hot district as well.
It is very manageable. It's a wonderful community. You have a lot of wonderful persons living in West Bay, and for the most part, they respect the police, and we have a good relationship there.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I want to go into some of the stats with the Sister Islands, and I'm hoping, Inspector K, I know you said you have some more recent stats. But to get into what was reported in the 2023 Cayman Islands Crime and Traffic Report, it was released in April of this year, and it's available for public consumption at rcips.ky. So some of these stats specific to the Sister Islands is that the incidents for calls for service were 1,061 in 2023, which is down by 4 calls compared to 2022. Little Cayman saw 88 calls for service. So Little Cayman is pretty quiet, I would say. It's very, very quiet. However, 88 calls for service in 2023 compared to 49 in 2022. That figure has actually nearly doubled. And the total recorded crimes for the Cayman Brac was 147 in 2023, and it was the same number in 2022. The total recorded crimes in Little Cayman was 3 in 2023, and again 3 in 2022. So we know that Little Cayman is a lot quieter in that sense, so thankful for that. I guess the big difference when we're looking at an incident for call and a crime, what is the difference there? The call for service compared to the crime?
Yeah, so good question, and I was going to touch on that. So a call for service is any contact with the police, that any member of the public that requires, or wants to get in touch with the police. So as a result of the call, it could be anything, a cat up a tree, an inquiry. So any calls that come into us would be designated a call for service. From that, upon an assessment or early investigation, we would then be able to determine whether that incident actually is a crime, or first of all, whether it's even a police matter, because we tend to, particularly in the Sister Islands, we are the go-to body for assistance with lots and lots of things. And then from that, we sort of whittle it down on whether it's actually, something that we can assist with. I mean, we try and assist with most things, even if they're not police related, because that's the nature of the community policing service that we strive to provide there. And then out of that, some of them do end up being crimes. So that's where that stat would come from. So that's always a lot smaller than the actual calls for service numbers.
Right. What are the most common calls for service incidences that do happen?
They could be complaints with bad driving. They've observed something, but we get them. Someone's been driving down the developments and seen garbage that's been fly tipped down there. So things like that, that wouldn't be, could class it as a crime for littering. But that's something that we would then pass on to our partners with DOE, and they would do a clean up with that. So the calls for service can be absolutely anything, but yeah, the crimes are just specifically offences that we've identified that we would then commence an investigation.
And for some reason right now I can't find the stat where I put it, but I'd seen that there was, I guess, a lot more incidents happening to vulnerable people, so older people and children as well. So hopefully I find that stat in my in your while you give your answer here. But is that something that you see? Is there a lot more kind of issues going on with vulnerable people on the Brac?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the stats are probably correct. I wouldn't say that there's a massive increase, but I think I think the focus on caring for the vulnerable, the elderly, and the young, particularly school age, has sort of developed. There's a lot more support over there with the DCFS, school counsellors. We met recently with the new school counsellor at the high school to get an idea of some of the issues that he's seeing, with young people. And it was good. It was a very frank and open. There's no point in having these meetings and shying away from the hard questions.
Right.
Did he see that school kids are using drugs? Are they do they have access to alcohol? Are they consuming alcohol? What are their outside activities?
Is this a problem?
He recognises that young people do have access to alcohol, not in the bars and stores, but at home. And I was pleased to hear that in his experience, there isn't much drug use in the school age population, which is good. And yeah, lost my train of thought there.
No, that's all good. What kind of, I guess, prevention or intervention activities are the police engaged in the Brac when it comes to addressing any crime, any rise of crime? We know the crime's been kind of steady throughout the years.
Yeah.
But if there's any kind of intervention programs or anything that's implemented there.
No, not any formal programs, but as Herschel mentioned, community policing is the foundation of I think, the foundation of the RCIP, not just in Cayman Brac, but particularly in Cayman Brac. You know, we're all community police officers. We don't have a specific community policing department, but we're all community police officers. You know, I was fortunate to work with Herschel while he was over there. Great officer, very community based. So we do. I was going to say spend a lot of time, but we do go into the schools. We recently did part of the World Reading Day. Went in and I was reading some story. I didn't, just like today, I didn't bring my glasses. I didn't bring my glasses in, so I was reading to the kids. I think this chief can't read, but it's not that I can't read. I didn't have my glasses with me. But we try and interact with the schools. We have a community safety officer over there that does an excellent job getting into the schools. The officers go in on their own volition a lot of times. And then other times we get invited in and we'll do talks. The other officers will come in. I actually enjoy those mornings. It's probably the nicer part of policing is going into, you know, the primary schools, and the questions that they bombard you with, you know, is
it's important to start to build that trust, I want to say, from a younger age, and I think that's part of the community policing thing, is just to be able to build that trust, right? There's not always a whole lot of trust in police, no offense, but that's just how it's been. So I think that's good that you guys are doing that. I do have to say we just got a call from the deputy governor who wants to make an announcement before we go to our commercial break. It has nothing to do with what we're discussing right now, but he is on the line, and I have to allow him to go ahead and make the announcement. So good morning, Mr. Manderson.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. And sorry to interrupt your program.
No problem.
I want to just let the police know that I trust them, and I know that they're doing a really great job. But I do want to just say to the people of the Cayman Islands, yes, there's lots of rain, and we just want to get a message out. A formal notification will come out shortly. But I just spoke to our weather service, and they have advised the following. So from 7 p.m. last night, we have had a quarter inch of rain. We estimate for the rest of the day we will have a half an inch to an inch of rain. And the forecast is that the clouds are moving away from the Cayman Islands, northwest towards Cuba. So we know that persons have been experiencing flooding, and anyone who is having issues, we ask them to call 949-6555. Hazard Management has persons on duty who will be willing to take their call. But I just wanted to just give everyone an update on the weather and what we can hope to expect over the next 12 hours.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate the call and the information.
Right. Yes. And of course, those who are driving, please exercise caution. I was coming into work this morning, and I saw a lot of people on the road. So please do exercise caution. There's still some flooding in the area, so please do exercise caution. If you don't have to be on the road, please don't.
Great advice. So does this mean I can miss the meeting a little later, Mr. Manderson?
So say again?
Does this mean I can miss the meeting a little later?
No. You need to be here. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Thank
you
you
for the call. Thank you for the information.
Yes.
Since we segued into that, just to let you know, please make sure that you increase the distance between yourself and the vehicle ahead of you.
Yes.
Remember that if you splash someone on the roadway, that's actually an offense. It's inconsiderate driving. So let's not do that.
I don't do that. I go very careful anyways, but I
yes.
didn't know that was an offense.
It is an offense,
Oh.
yes.
Interesting. We got to go to commercial break right now, but when we come back, I want to get into the current stats that I know that Inspector K has to share with us for the Sister Islands.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
We have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future,
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance,
or protecting your family's household investment.
from our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center.
Specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Elevate your child's math skills with 100% math with premier math tutoring services under the expert guidance of our renowned mathematicians, Professor Emeritus Romain Angeloff and Dr. Mackenzie. Programs are designed to secure IB, HL, and SL math, CSEC A-levels, and IGCSE success. Whether your child aims to get ahead or catch up, 100% Math is your partner in achieving their academic goals. Don't let your child's math skills lag. Visit us at 100%math.com or call or WhatsApp 547-9817.
Radio Cayman will be broadcasting tonight's public consultation on Plan Cayman, live from the Church of God in Bordentown from 7 until 9 p.m. Tonight's consult will focus on the 2024 Draft Planning Statement. Plan Cayman is the proposed development plan for the Cayman Islands, setting out long-range policies and proposals for physical development and use of land. You can view the planning statement at www.plancayman.ky and share your feedback at tonight's public consultation meeting happening in Bordentown at the Church of God. Broadcasting live on Radio Cayman from 7 until 9 p.m.
Stay ahead with Total Health for all your healthcare needs. Their state-of-the-art facility offers specialist consultations, diabetes and weight loss, women and child, ophthalmology, ENT, dental, orthopedics, physiotherapy, on-site laboratory, imaging and pharmacy all under one roof. Total Health also provides comprehensive health checks for women, children, men and senior citizens. Conveniently located in the Grand Pavilion on 7 Mile Beach Corridor. Experience a new era of preventive care in the Cayman Islands with Total Health. Because everyone deserves healthier living. Visit totalhealth.ky today and empower your well-being.
The Business Buzz with your host, Kathy Miller.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz. I'm your host, Kathy Miller, and we are talking about policing in the Sister Islands. We have in studio this morning Chief Inspector Malcolm Kay. He's the area commander in charge of the Sister Islands. We have PC Herschel Thompson and PS Jody Ann Powery. Now, right before the break, we had Deputy Governor Franz Manderson give us some information about the weather. So we're a little bit more informed there. As he said, please everybody be cautious as you're driving this morning. Expect about maybe up to an inch of rain today. We're going to go back to what the stats are in the Brac. And I know, Inspector K, that you have some more recent stats. So the stats I gave were for 2023. And I think you told me that you have stats from January up to June this year.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, just knowing that I was coming on this morning, I just thought I would get some comparative stats or some updated ones to see, how we're doing, because we're sort of a results-driven organization. Mm-hmm. The public demand a lot from us, so it's important that we live up to those demands and do the best we can. So I just got the stats from the 1st of January of this year to the 1st of June. So I won't run through them all, but some of the key ones, going back for the calls for service in Cayman Brac, we've had a total of 97, and in Little Cayman, 1.
Okay.
Which is good. Yeah. Good for Little Cayman. DUI arrests in Cayman Brac, we've had 3 DUIs. We've given a total of 67 speeding tickets. Which to me is a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say.
67 speeding tickets in 6 months. Some of those are repeat offenders or frequent flyers. Mm-hmm. The tickets are not cheap. I'm sure we've we've touched on that in other shows that you've done. I think it's $20 for every mile over the speed limit. So the tickets that we give out, can be $300-400. We did 2 last week. Well, if you hit twice the speed limit, then it doesn't warrant a speeding ticket. You get put before the court for that. So we have a number of those.
This is for the Brac?
Yeah.
This is so it doesn't even feel like you can go that fast there.
The
no
roads,
offense to the Brac,
the roads are wide open a lot of the time. We are out there patrolling as much as we can.
But speeding seems to be a growing issue.
Speeding is a growing issue. Yeah.
How are you trying to combat that?
Well, one of the things, the very positive things that we were able to do when Commissioner Walton came into his office was get the in-vehicle radar installed in the police vehicles over there, and I think that has contributed greatly to the number of speeding offences that we've been able to not just detect but prosecute. Sorry, it keeps zoning out.
That's all right.
So that's helped a lot, and we will continue to. I would rather use these opportunities to educate drivers on safe driving practices, not using your cell phone while driving, not drinking and driving, and driving within the speed limit, and driving within not just the speed limit but the conditions, because the conditions of the road, as Deputy Governor mentioned this morning with the rain, if it's 40 miles an hour and it's raining, just adjust your speeding to the conditions that you're finding yourself in at night. The street lighting in certain parts of the Brac is not as good as it could be, so the visibility is poor. So adjust your driving habits accordingly. Just going back to the stats, we have arrested, because it's arrestable, 5 people driving without insurance. So that's almost 1 a month, and then the combination of 22 other offences, which could be careless driving, causing obstructions, dangerous driving, defective lights, driving without a seatbelt, cell phone usage, and expired registration. NVAs, 16. Just on the break, we were just chatting. We have seen an increase in NVAs. It could be down to the increased population, therefore the increased number of cars on the road, or it could just be a change in people's attitudes. They just need to get where they're going quicker.
And 1 fatality, correct?
We've had 1 fatality, unfortunately, this year. Yeah, it's a sad fact that Cayman Brac, on average, has 25% of fatalities of the Cayman Islands every year.
Wow.
So
in motor vehicle accidents.
In motor vehicle accidents,
wow,
yeah.
Okay.
Now that only usually equates to 2, but that's still too many, and they are avoidable.
Absolutely.
Really, really are avoidable.
Do they? I guess from your knowledge or what you can share, do they come back to? Are they rooted in speeding or driving under the influence?
Yeah. So the fatal for this year is still under investigation, so I don't want to preempt that one.
Okay.
But with previous knowledge and experience, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so completely avoidable.
99% of them would come back to either speed and or alcohol contributing.
Okay.
Because let's face it, if you are driving sober with your hands on the steering wheel, not distracted with your phone within the speed limit, you're not likely to be involved in a fatal accident.
Gotcha.
or cause a fatal accident. So again, just comes down to being a responsible driver, and keeping not just yourself but the other road users safe.
We only have maybe about a minute and a half, and I want to get one question out before I ask you if before your kind of final thoughts that you want to leave with people. And so the question that I do want to ask is about a case that I believe is still open. It was in July 2022. There was a 2-year-old child's body found along the shoreline in Cayman Brac. And I think that was a case that has rocked the entire Cayman Islands. And, she was found deceased. And it seems to have gotten very quiet in the last year. I haven't seen any updates on it. It was announced in May 2023 that an independent specialist team has been approved to review the case. Is there any progress on this tragic incident, or can you provide any sort of update on this case at all?
Okay. Yes. 26th of July 2022, as you mentioned, is the date of this incident. The review is still underway. The case is still very, very open and active. It's, as you said, it rocked the community, a very small community, not just with a death, but with the death of such a young child and the circumstances that she was discovered on the shoreline on the south side of Cayman Brac. The review is still being carried out. I think it was announced that it was a specialist team had been appointed. A number of those specialists came out, visited the scene, met with the medical teams here that were involved initially, and some of those specialists went back. And we are just waiting, probably in the next couple of weeks, for the final reports. It does seem like a long time. Well, it is a long time. Yeah. But they're very in-depth studies and testing that is being conducted. So I think at this stage it's worth the wait to get the best possible outcome for the investigation and for Elicity.
Right.
So I hope that will all come together very, very soon, and we should be able to make an announcement on how progress is going.
Okay, hopefully within the next few weeks or so.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate the update on that. And I know Susan's looking at me like, Kathy, we got to end the show, but if you can, in 30 seconds, leave any, I guess, final thoughts that you would like to share about policing the Brac, what you want the community to know.
What do I want them? That we're there for them. We can't do it without their support, which I've said before, but I'll say it again. I think we have a great relationship, working relationship, rapport with the community. Also, it would be remiss of me not to say thank you to our partner agencies that I work with, that without that teamwork, CBC, Public Works, the Faith Hospital, I don't want to miss anybody out, but the cooperation that we enjoy over there just makes it a pleasure to work there, and it is just one team. So thanks to them, and yeah, we're just there for the community. Keep the communication going, and anything that we can do to help, just let us know.
All right. Thank you very much, Inspector K, for speaking with us this morning. I appreciate you giving us an update on the Brac and what's going on. And PC Herschel Thompson, thank you as well for joining us. And PS Powery, thank you as usual for joining us. And I know we'll see you hopefully next month as well.
Yes, you will.
Thank you for tuning into the Business Buzz. We're a little late for the headline news. Everybody stay safe and stay dry out there today. The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
And 100% Math. Invest in your child's academic success. Visit 100%math.com or call 547-9817.
This is the People's Radio Station. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.